You guys, the wave is coming. And if you don't know what the wave is, YouTube always does these updates, like shorts, when they make it popular to make shorts, or I don't know, community tab. They had community tab and they made community tab very popular. Or lives, you would grow really quickly on lives if you posted during the time that they were making it popular. Well, the new popular thing is YouTube becoming more like television. And I know it looks like I just came here and I just started making this my channel, but I have been working at being a network for several years, since 2022. And I think people are sleeping on what this really could mean for a person. I think people don't understand that the old Hollywood is dying and the new Hollywood is coming. And we are a part of that new Hollywood, as in content creators are a part of that new Hollywood. Hollywood is recognizing how much, I guess, clout you can get, how many followers you can get, whatever it may be. The attention is on us as content creators. So Hollywood is noticing that and noticing how much their numbers are falling. The unfortunate thing that has happened with Hollywood is that Hollywood believed that they could control the narrative. Basically, if you did not meet whatever, you could not get into Hollywood. If you weren't good enough looking wise, or if you didn't know enough people, if you weren't in the web of people to know. Now, some people say that's a lie and a myth, but if you weren't welcome into this party, you hardly ever got a seat, okay? It took a lot of actors years upon years of auditioning and getting no's to even get noticed. And when you did get noticed, Hollywood decided, hey, you're so recognizable, I'm gonna use your face to plaster all over my movies because people recognize you and they love you and they want to get to know you, and they think if they watch more of your movies, they're connected to you. And yes, a lot of that is dying, but a lot of that is how they got greenlighted. A lot of movies, a lot of TV shows got greenlighted because of the fact that they knew somebody really famous. And it was really gross. Let's be honest. You're using a person like they're like a little pond in your situation to get ahead. Now they see us as creators as that pond, let's be honest. And I get it. They need views. They need to get it in front of an audience. And the only way they can get in front of an audience is somebody that has one. So they need the attention of that person. Long story short, movies would take millions of dollars, not only because it had to hire a lot of people, but it took a big face in order to get in front of, or a big known person, in order for it to get greenlit, which means it costs like billions of dollars to make a movie or a TV show because the people they had to hire and how much money they had to give them in order to convince them to do these things. Now, I don't know all of it, but I do know a high bit of it had to do with that. I also know that I myself have known to do YouTube as a TV show for a long time, and I feel like everybody's catching on and it's starting to become a wave. I just hope and I pray that you all get onto the wave before it crashes, so that you get momentum, because it'll still be here even when it does. It just won't be as easy to get going. The point that I'm making is there are people on this platform, meaning people that talk about how to grow on YouTube that are talking about this TV show like you have to stick with the traditional like YouTube type of things where you have like vlogs or all of that for like a series type situation, but using it like episodes. And though it's possible, and I believe that that's fine enough, like you do you, but I think it's closing the minds of the people that need to realize this is an opportunity to turn a TV show or a movie, something that you wanted greenlit in the first place, and find your people and make the thing. Like you have nobody bounding you. You have the brands coming to you as long as you're willing, and you have an opportunity to post whenever, however much you want. Yes, that we have this feeling of like we have to post, but it's not actually set in stone. You don't actually have to post that often. Some people will say that that's how you lose momentum, but the reality is this: as long as you are making things that people are searching for, or you're making things that are like catching people's attention, it doesn't matter if your audience like doesn't realize. Like I watch, for instance, I watch people, and I watch so many people that I subscribe to that I don't even notice when they are gone, because I just think that, you know, maybe I already watched them this week or whatever it might be. And so I forget about them, and they come back and they're like, sorry, we missed a thing. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know you missed, you know? So we watch so many people we don't really recognize when you guys are gone. And so for that idea that it matters to the subscriber, it doesn't. And so the level of understanding that we don't notice, you just have to know how to make a proper thumbnail, and the thumbnail just has to tell you who it's for and how it's relevant to them. Like, you know, who it's for, what are they watching the video for? And as long as you get those things down, it doesn't matter how many times a week you post. I just think that people get way too into algorithms and thumbnails and how it all works together, when reality is, as long as you're making something that people want to click on and you just pass the word around, you will get there. There's literally algorithm there. If you go into the studio and you search up who's reaching your thing, and then you adjust your thumbnail and your title, there are videos that were lost that people were like, nobody cares about, that are being found years later, and they didn't do anything but change the thumbnail and the title. So if they can do that with something they never did anything different to, they just change that. What is there stopping you from getting the algorithm to reintroduce that video if you don't post constantly? Like, it's just a matter of figuring all that out. Once you figure that out, you don't care. It shouldn't care when you post. People will be there if they are legit, and if they're not, your video can be stumbled across at any moment. So I just feel like people are getting way too much in their own head and not representing this very big idea that we have an opportunity to change and create TV shows and movies as actors or as small indie brands that become something more because of one opportunity, this free platform that we can push our shows and our TV, our movies, projects, whatever we want to call them, out to people for people to see. That's it. A very free thing, and we get to do it. Take advantage of it. Get on the wave. Let your channel grow and watch it be yours. Okay, Bye guys. Do everything I love.